You are watching the Per Hour Blogs.
Right off the bat, we get started with a side project. So, giving some context, last night my sister gave me a call like around 9 p.m., about to be 10, letting me know that when she was barely on her way to work, she got a flat tire. And
Brother to the rescue.
I had to. Well, first of all, I was about to get home from the church group, and then so I did that first, and then I head on over to pick up my sister and drop her off to work. And she needed to get picked up again early in the morning. So here I am, starting it off early, and from there we're gonna pick up the day. And actually I'm gonna help out finish the whole the car is still in the side of the freeway, so I need to figure out how to fix, or how to get the tire fixed. But I think the way that I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna put the replacement tire, spare tire, and then that would allow me to just drive the car to the tire shop, and then from there get the tires that need to get fixed or exchanged done, and then from there the car is good for probably another 6 months. Probably, I don't know how long it would last, given from the last time the mechanic said it needed amortiguadores. How do you say that in English? Shockers. The
Springs.
Suspension. There you go. Suspension system. So yeah, that's how I'm starting my day today. See you in an hour. Bye. Okay, so I made it home and I dropped off my sister. She works overnight, so she's definitely gonna go to sleep. And now that leaves me to figure out how to go get her car, and I think I'm gonna need someone to drop me off actually. The other thing is that the tire shop doesn't open until 9, so I gotta wait an hour just to even consider going, because I don't want to go like get the tire, get the spare tire on it and then go to the place and it's not open. So I'm at least gonna wait enough so that then I have plenty of time to like go fix it and then take it and get it fixed, right? But yeah, that's my plan, and hopefully it's starting looking very kind of gloomy, and hopefully it doesn't rain on me. I don't want to be up there also and have rain, right? So I'll update y'all within an hour. Right? Bye. So before going to sleep, my sister gave me this, and she said this is the key to unscrewing one of the bolts from the tires. And I was like, okay, so this gives me a lot of information, because I don't have to. I was gonna go over there and try to measure some with like a whole bunch of this ones, right? Like a whole bunch of whatever this are called. And I was gonna go measure because I didn't know. I was like, oh man, I don't want to miss. I'm gonna take a whole bunch of them, or I'm just gonna go measure it. But she gave me this, and I was like, oh, perfect. I think this gives me the answer. This one, and I grabbed a few, so this one doesn't fit, so I'm not concerned with that. But then finally I found the one that does fit. So I'm hoping that that's the mark, that's the size that it needs, and that's what all the other ones are. So like I have the key, and this one has like whatever that is, that it's able to undo one of the bolts, because it has to fit in that little geometrical, that little pentagon thing that it has there. Although it is pretty pretty ugly already. Look at that. All right, but this gives me a lot, so that just tells me the other ones are probably this size. So now I gotta find an adaptation to this, and I'm gonna take a power tool because I don't wanna have like a wrench or one of those T or cross things and like do it manually. So I'm gonna go with that stuff. So yeah, so now I'm free to go, and let's see if I could do all this stuff within this hour. Okay, so I spent the last hour just trying to loosen this bolt. Why? Number one, because I tried using that tool right there, Ryobi. They're not that powerful. That's what I found out. And also, the other thing that I figured out is that when I just casually put it here, it won't freaking go in. I have to hammer it in. And since I didn't have a hammer, I have to look for another tool, which I found this one. And so I have to do this thing where like I put it in the wrench or whatever, the bolt, and then I have to hammer it in, like wedge it in there. And that was the only way. And then the only way that I could undo it is like by standing on this, like giving it some leverage and do that. And I spent an hour literally just me trying. So I'm gonna stop here and yeah, talk to you within an hour. I'm gonna keep on going. This one sucks. Okay, I need to wedge it first.
In? I have to go check on baby.
Hold on. She's like, let me help you. Pull, yeah.
What happened? Oh, we're stuck here. No.
Think it worked? All right, I was finally able to do some progress and remove all except one. And guess what ended up happening? That thing snapped. So there's one that's empty here. I'm gonna have to go without it because I don't have no other option right now. Just gotta take it to a tire shop, make them put in a new one, put that other bolt there. There's nothing they can do about it. They're gonna have to, I mean, technically, they're gonna have to buy another part to put there. Yeah, technically. But for right now, the spare is put in. I'm gonna go to the shop now. I'm gonna keep on going because I've been here for a while. I don't know what else to tell you other than that. This has been a really, really long process and taking me out of my comfort zone, but I had to help my sister out though. Either way, she has no one else, just me, so I had to do it. So let's go. Bye. New development. Right after putting the spare tire on, my wife left to the house, and then I started heading over to the tire shop here in town, my nearest town. And I show up and I let them know, hey, I got one tire definitely that I need to replace. It's a flat, and then I have another one I would like you to check. And then he's like, all right, yeah, no problem, we can definitely do that. But then he was like, let me check if we have your size. So I'm like, excuse me? Okay. I didn't even know that was even a thing. But yeah, they went in, checked, and he's like, hey, unfortunately, I don't have your size. I'm like, what? What is this? I was like, oh, okay, I guess, thank you. Yeah, I mean, do you have, because they're a tire shop, right? So obviously I was gonna get like a used ones for the moment. And then I was like, okay, well, you check used ones, right? Yeah. I was like, do you have new ones? Like, no, we order them, and so technically we can't we don't have anything in the shop. I'm like, okay, I guess they don't have it. So so what I ended up doing, I think I could go this way. So what I ended up doing was that I looked up another one, and there was like a 12-minute away from the town. I gotta go inwards into the country, so I'm heading that way now. And I called in first, and I was like, hey, do you have this size, so I don't just go over there just to go? And they're like, let me see, I have them new for sure. They said I have some new ones, we can put in some new ones, 95 per piece. And then I was like, can you check if you have any used ones? And they're like, unfortunately we don't have any. I was like, all right, fine, it's gonna have to be. So I'm heading over there to go get some new ones, because they need to be. Oh, actually, and then I told them, like, do you possibly have one, like, there's this thing, like, you could get a smaller version. You can get, like, I needed a 215 something, and then I needed a 215. I needed a tire that was 215 60 16, right? And then last time I had changed that, they told me, like, oh, we don't have the 215, but we have a 205. So they were like, I was like, ooh, is that allowed? They're like, yeah, it won't be, it's just a little bit, tiny bit slimmer. And I was like, all right, if you say it's good, we'll go with that. So then I asked him, do you have that, right? Can you do that? And do you have a 205? And he's like, actually, I have just one. Okay, so worst comes, if I'm just gonna spend like, I just want to spend like $30, I'm just gonna get that one, right? Because I want them to check the other one, and if they check the other one and it's good, then we just postpone this for later. But anyways, that's the entry. I know this one was long, but a lot of things happen, so I'll give you an update in a bit. Bye. All right, so yes, what ended up happening, yeah, customer service was much better in this one over here, although it's a bit farther down, but their shop was clean, had everything organized. They had new tires majorly, but they did have used ones. And then the service, the knowledge of the guy was very professional. I like that style of giving you a lot way more information. And even when I told him, when I broke the thing, he explained to me how they could fix it if it was a type of whatever, and if it wasn't, then that's a whole nother process. He said preferably go to a mechanic to get that done for you. And then he was saying that the shocks or the suspension system that you need, that it's causing the tire to go inwards and messing up the tire from the inside. He said that they can do it as well, as long as I get the parts. So that's an incentive that, like, maybe I can get those parts somewhere cheaper. And then I don't know how much the mechanic that quoted me for all four, maybe he was upcharging some for the parts, right? And I really don't know how much are the parts, and then they can put them on for me, they said. Anyways, this is something that I don't know much about. Cars is not something that I know much, or when it comes to parts, even care. I just want to know how much. Sometimes it does seem like a lot of money just for something simple, but again, yeah, what are you gonna do? And plus, this is my sister's car, so I don't have much invested in this car, so I don't know. She has to make the decision on what to do with this car, so, or what to get done. other than that, that's all for right now. I'm heading home already and taking the car to her so then she can use it to go to work technically, and hopefully nothing else happens and that this tires last. All right, so I'm back at the office in the workshop house, and I want to get back to business. And what am I going to share with you now is that I need to work on one of my other projects. So I've been sharing about project number 1, that it is strictly for my own Aleexx Love YouTube channel, right? Free product every subscriber, right? Project number 2 that I have is to work on my business, right? On one of my business. The other second business. Number 1 business is you got the print. The number 2 is the business that I started with my wife for a apparel clothing brand, right? Called Quedicho, right? And in this apparel brand, we've created so far two products, right? We have the one design which goes into a sweater, and the other one is a hat, right? We started last year. We haven't really done much with it, but it's still alive, it's still there, and we're gonna give it some fuel today. So how am I gonna be doing that? Well, today I have the mission to create some content regarding this product. So I'm gonna be working on that sweater today. I'm gonna see if I make one, which I have the ability to spend some time creating and embroidering a sweater, and most likely capturing content to create social media posts to talk about, and then craft different social media posts within using all the footage that I filmed today, as well as possibly do the same thing with the hat. So today is going to be a busy day, and you're going to capture that whole journey. All right, so stay tuned that we're going to get started. All right, real quick, these are the sweaters in questions. I'm going to try them both. One is a large, one is an extra large. And the thing is, I want to see which one fits better on me. So real quickly, this is the large. Let me try it on so I can see which one I'm going to actually go on and embroider, because what I want to do is I want to have one so I can model, and do B-roll content. So I have content for social media. So here is the first one. I feel it's loose, it's a large, right? And I definitely feel it tighter here. I feel tight here. It's still a little bit loose, but my fingers go out, right? So maybe this feels good. Okay, cuff, waist, raise it. This is the fit. Okay, now moving on. Let me try the other one, okay? This is the extra large, and I'm gonna begin with this. Ooh, I can already feel it here when I'm putting it on. It's way looser. Let's see. Put this over the hat. Oh, this definitely does feel baggier. It has a baggy feel to it, right? And as far as how it looks, it fits. That depends on what you like better, okay? So the other test, let's see. Ooh, you can't even see my fingers. No, it's way more longer. You can feel it here. It's much looser. You feel it on your arm right here. It's heavier. And the waist cuff, you don't feel it that much, but it's there, so it creates that look. So what do you guys think? Okay, which one should I go with? But I'm gonna decide which one I'm gonna go with. But so this is what it feels like. This is what it looks like, and I'm going to decide within the next hour which one I'm gonna do. Up next, I'm gonna just decide which one I'm gonna go with and which one I'm gonna model, right, for myself, and which one looks better, which fit looks better, and then I'm gonna go ahead and embroider it, right? So that's what is coming up next. Let's take this one off. Shh, baby is sleeping. Alo told me that she needed to take a nap, a 20-minute nap, but it's been over 30 minutes already, and she just has not woken up. So I've taken the baby here in the workshop. I had to turn off the embroidery machine and turn off the lights. The embroidery machine is very loud, and like the lights, it just doesn't go with, it doesn't let baby sleep that good. I took advantage and I worked on my computer, and I was brainstorming and creating scripted and writing like a storyboard for shots I could do for viral content. And I was using Gemini to brainstorm as well, give me ideas on what could go viral, given my circumstances, running my own business and having my own machines. It was giving me some good stuff, so I was working something with that. I'm gonna use those sweaters I showed you earlier to make them, and then film all the side clips and B-roll, main roll, ASMR. I think I gotta go. No, baby. Okay. He's good. But I gotta learn how to go viral, because if I already knew, then I would already be viral. And you know what I mean. But now I gotta learn. I gotta try it. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. Okay, I'm in the process of setting up the sweater that I have picked, but I ran into a problem. Is this frame, I don't have it registered in the machine. So what I had to do is I had to go to frames, I had to go to settings, and I had to go to hoop A, and then manually update these ones, right? The width was 400 millimeters, the height was 350 millimeters, and then the diagonal was 450 millimeters. So I went ahead, and then I have to pick the centerpiece, and then I have to apply it, right? And then I did that, and now we can go ahead. Now we can go ahead and go to frames again, and now here I have the frame that I want. And now I can either move this one, and you can see here now that the sign is going to fit. While if I were to pick, like, let's just say that one, I say okay, it's going to register it, right? And then if I go to trace or frame, hoop, outline, positioning. As you can see, the design is over it's just over. So you can tell that it's not gonna fit. So pick the right. Okay, so I'm in the process of embroidering already. And one thing I wanna tell you is that, like, at the same time, I'm also getting clips for YouTube Shorts. And this is a whole new creative avenue that I have not thought of, but it's really cool because I'm doing like production content, and I am doing like micro shots, like I'm zooming in and I'm showing like the whole process of doing this. I'm gonna show the needle going up and down. I also have the ability, here's something else, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to do some shots with 30 frames or 24 frames per second, because how it records is so different than if it's using 30 frames per second. And then I can have the ability to change it to 60 frames per second. And then I also have the ability to switch it to 120 frames per second, but that's for slow motion. So I'm gonna do some slow motion shots just to see what's up, just to see if it looks pretty cool or not. But I'm just experimenting. So this is the last entry. make sure to follow so you can see the behind the scenes of running a home business and where the print shop got the print as well as the que dicho. Here's our logo and this is our seal. This is our seal of our logo. This everything together. It has a story behind this logo and the actual mini logo, the logo that goes into. It's this one. Like, that's our logo, by the way. And our name is Que Dicho, Tradición que Habla. So we're gonna be working on that. Make sure to follow, like I said, and the Aleexx love is just the behind the scenes, and it's my per hour blog scene. So you're gonna see a lot of this stuff, but I'm also gonna be doing some shorts for the actual Que Dicho shop. Or the Que Dicho channel, and have people see that as well and try to make that go viral as well, and as well as trying to get Aleexx love viral as well. So I'll see you in the next video. Okay, I couldn't pass up this chance to show y'all the result. All right, so this is the sign, right? And this is the fit. Yeah, look at this. El que madruga, Dios lo ayuda, which means those who get up early, God will help, or God helps. It's a Mexican saying, popular Mexican saying. I grew up hearing that saying, and I remember it was one of the first sayings I heard, and God explained to me, and that was from my grandpa. He was a bread maker, so he had to wake up early and had to go to work early. And then one time I asked him, why does he wake up so early and go to work so early? And he's like, well, mijo, es que el que madruga, Dios lo ayuda. And I was like, what? ¿Qué? What did he say? And then he explained to me, and I was like, oh, interesting. And then growing up in a Mexican household, I was thrown this dichos all the time, and I was like, what does that mean? Like, because they're kind of like, if you get it, you have to understand the underline, or there's a meaning behind the saying. It's not just, you hear it as a saying, but there's a meaning behind it, right? Usually you can dive deeper into the meaning of what that saying is. So here's the fit. Either way, I love it, and I have a whole bunch of B-roll for this, so I'm gonna see if I could do shorts. And also I filmed this way, so it's social media proof. But this time, yeah, okay, so this is the last one. I want to thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe. I'll see y'all tomorrow.